People say we can hear you now. Awesome. We always want to make sure that the technology is working okay before we get started. But um, as I was saying, this is our last live stream of 2023. So we're saying goodbye to this year and then welcoming 2024. So thank you all for joining us today in the various platforms. We're on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. So anywhere that you're joining us from those three platforms, you're able to interact with us here. We'll also be taking some live calls today. If people want to get their questions answered live, they'll be able to call in. We'll put that number down at the bottom when the time is there to call in, and then you can get your questions answered that way. All right. Before we get started, I just wanted to kind of maybe set some context because I saw some people asking, what are we going to be talking about today? And we'll also be making some announcements for some of the end of the year sales and the promotions that we have going on. But today I really just wanted to have a kind of sort of free flowing conversation, talking about what are some of the things that you guys have learned over 2023. What do you feel kind of in terms of your stage of the business? I kind of wanted to have a conversation there, as well as what are some of your plans for 2024? I know we can start off with myself and what we have planned here at Ricoma to what we've learned over 2023, and then what we have going on for 2024. Some exciting things to come that I kind of wanted to talk about. So, but before we get started on that, and for those of you that are joining the live for the very first time, the way that this works is really kind of an engaging conversation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. Regardless of whether you're joining us on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram, just comment down below in the comment section your question. You can also call in when you see the number on the screen to call in for a live chat with myself to ask a question that way. Sometimes the question is a little bit more extensive and therefore more helpful to be answered live and having a conversation rather than kind of just answering, typing a question in the chat. So if you're not shy, go ahead and call in, and then I'll be happy to take your call and answer those. But yeah, so that's kind of the general gist of how this works. We'll kind of do this for about an hour until 3 o'clock Eastern time here. We started at around 2 p.m. Eastern, so we'll go to 3 o'clock Eastern. And I see a lot of people joining us from different areas. Some people some people from Tennessee, Tammy Lawson. Some people from North Carolina. You got people from the Midwest in Chicago. But yeah, so the topic that we'll kind of focus on today is the lessons we've learned in 23, and then what are some of the things that we have in store and what are our plans for 24. So, but again, before we get started, I kind of wanted to announce a couple of things. As we're kind of heading into the end of the year and saying goodbye to 2023, one of the things we're doing is an end of the year clearance sale to clear out any old inventory, meaning as we close out 2023, and as we roll over to 2024, 2024, the New Year's machines are going to start to come in within the next couple of weeks, and we're trying to, clear out 2023 inventory that are manufactured in 2023. So those are going to be heavily discounted compared to before, and so we're trying to do a clearance sale to kind of celebrate the end of the year, and then as well as welcoming a new year with newly dated machines coming in the containers from the factory. So starting on the embroidery machine side, we do have our end of the year clearance sale for the embroidery machines. Not only do you get free shipping, but we also actually slashed a lot of the prices on these embroidery machines so that you can take advantage of these clearance models. Again, we need to clear out 2023 inventory, try to clear as much of that as we can, and then the 2024 inventory is going to come in. So obviously people, as we get into 2024, it's going to be all new machines in 24 and made in 24. So we're trying to clear out of the 23 inventory. So for some of that, we're going to have different embroidery machines starting at $155 a month. for 60 months for some of our starter embroidery machine models. Free shipping up to $1,500 in value. And then we also, if you want to upgrade to a more advanced tier of Chroma digitizing software, you also get 25% off there with the purchase of a machine. You can also upgrade your Chroma software for 25% off. And then over $1,700 in savings in just price cuts on the machines. A total savings over $3,500 when you include the free shipping, the 25% off of Chroma upgrades, and the price cuts on the 23 models for the end of the year clearance sale. So a lot of huge savings. And then we also have huge clearance sale on our 8S models. So our MT8S models with the 8-inch control panel. Some of you might know we've launched the 10-inch control panel. Those are still kind of limited in stock. Many of you have purchased that as well. But some of you, if you want to be on a budget and you want to kind of still get a pretty good machine with an older generation of a model, the 8S model, the 8-inch panel, instead of the 10-inch, we have a clearance sale on that, close to $5,000 on the MT8S models. Again, those are 2023 inventory that we're trying to clear out as well. And for those of you that don't know, if you talk to your CPA or financial advisor, you can take advantage of a tax code called Section 179, which allows you to write off your entire equipment purchase for your business as a business expense. Usually you have to kind of depreciate that and write that depreciation expense over a number of years. But with Section 179, you can write off all of the machine equipment right up front in year one. So, but you need to take delivery and or at least place your order and finalize your order. Put the machine into use by December 31st. So this is really the last chance to be able to do that to kind of meet the deadline for that tax break. And then depending on what bracket of the tax bracket you're in, it can be upwards of 35-40% savings in terms of the cost on the equipment, purely because you're kind of writing that off as a business expense, and therefore don't have to, your effective cost of the machine goes down because you're saving on the taxes. So a lot of people do this at the end of the year to kind of boost up some of those expenses, and especially if you're already thinking about investing in a piece of equipment, this will be the time to do it before the year end, so you put that into use and then can have that Section 179 tax write-off. Talk to your CPA about that. They would know a lot more about that than I would, but that is a common, any competent CPA would be able to help you out with filing that Section 179 form. Okay, so with that said, on the embroidery side, so tons of savings on our 2023 models. The MT8S, we talked about close to $5,000 in savings with the price cuts, as well as the clearance sale, the free shipping, and the Chroma upgrade. For the RP200, the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer, we also have some clearance sales on those as well, starting at just $99 per month for 60 months. So under $100 to get started with t-shirt printing. Super great value there. Trying to clear out some 2023 inventory there as well. And you get not only the flat heat press, everything you need to get started in your machine bundle, but you also get an extra set of white toner up to $500 in value, and you get free shipping up to $800 in value. So total savings. Not only the machine has dropped in price over $1,800, so close to $2,000 in just the machine cost, but with the free shipping and other savings, other freebies you get, over $3,100 in the savings there for the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer. All right, so we have two different bundles for that. The entry-level bundle starts at $99 per month, as I mentioned. And then the more premium bundle is the monthly payment is a little bit higher, but not by much. The two machines bundles are probably about $1,500 in price difference there. Less than $1,500, about $1,300 in price difference there. One is $99 per month, and the other one is $120 per month, $7,200 for the premium bundle. That one you get more paper, you get hard surface paper. as an optional add-on, you get legal size paper actually with the bundle. It's larger size paper for you to be able to print a larger design. You get a better heat press, an automatic open, and a larger heat press versus the essentials bundle. So a couple of savings there, and then you also get an extended warranty so that you can have a longer peace of mind with your machine purchase. All right, so that's if you want to get started with t-shirt printing. Last two things on the machines, the DTG printers, we also have those on our end of the year sale as well, starting at $328 per month for 60 months. On the direct to garment printers, you get a flat heat press, free shipping, $1,500 in the price cuts, and the price drops for the end of the year sale. So total savings over $3,200 if you want to go start with DTG. And that one, we also have two different bundles. We also have two different bundles for the DTGs, and you can get. We just bring that up on the screen. Okay, yeah. So for the two different bundles, you get all the things you need to get started. You get the inks, the supplies, and then you can see the price difference there. The essentials bundle is just under $19,700, $19,680, $328 per month on financing. And then for the premium bundle, you get a automatic pre-treatment machine instead of a handheld spray gun for the pre-treatment process. That one is $86 per month, or just a little bit over $23,000 for that bundle. So depending on what your needs are, and if you're looking to, depending on what your budget is, the premium bundle also has a better heat press as well, so that it's more automatic and auto open, larger size as well. So again, over $3,200 in savings there, just with the price cuts on the machines, as well as everything that's included, free shipping, and all the pre-treatment liquid you see there. And for the premium bundle, you also get a DTF starter kit, so that for those of you that don't know, our Ricoma Vision DTG printer doubles as a DTF printer as well. So just one click of a button in the software, you're able to change it to DTF. So with the premium bundle, you get the DTF supplies and the powder and the film sheets to be able to do DTF on your DTG printer. All right, last but not least, for our DTFs, which has been super popular, a lot of people have been ordering that. That is going to be a little bit back ordered, but we're still taking a lot of orders. People are placing their orders and getting in the queue for shipment early next year. The next shipment will probably be around, late January-ish. So it's a little bit of a wait, but people are kind of getting in line to place their orders for the DTF printers. We just really can't get enough of them from the factory to be able to fulfill the demand. But people that have been getting into DTF have either opted into the 1202 Revel Duo or the 2402 Revel DTF. So the difference is being 2402 is a 24-inch wide printer, and then the 1202 is a 12-inch wide printer. The 2402 obviously can print a larger size. You can stack more designs into one sheet. The 1202 is also an all-in-one printer, meaning it has the printer, the shaker, the powder shaker, and the dryer all encased within one casing. So it's a little bit more compact and all-in-one instead of three separate modules that you have to move around for the 2402. But depending on your needs and what you're looking for, you can decide kind of what is best suited for your business. But we have two different packages for that. The 1202 and the 2402, you can see the prices there. The 1202 Revel Duo is just under $21,000, $20,820, and then for the 2402, it's $28,170, and you get everything you need to get started. All the powder, the film, all of the inks, and you also get training included with that as well. Yeah, the package includes online training, a limited 12-month warranty, and unlimited lifetime tech support. All of our products, by the way, come with unlimited lifetime tech support. So even if your warranty expires, you can always call in and troubleshoot something if you're having issues. All right, so with that said, we also have just on the shop, we have some end of the year sales going on our shop as well, on our e-commerce shop, shop.ricoma.com. For the end of the year sale, we got heat presses up to 40% off plus free shipping. Sewing machines are also on sale there. And then you got vinyl cutters, 10% off, chroma and embroidery accessories, 20% off, and free shipping on all orders over $1,000. So for those of you that want to add on some accessories, heat presses, vinyl cutters, sewing machines, and different embroidery accessories that you want to add on before the end of the year, this will be the time to do so. Just go to shop.ricoma.com and then go to the sale tab, and then you can see everything that's on sale there right at the top. Okay, last but not least, we have our giveaway for today. We're offering 12 blank auto caps as the giveaway. So to one lucky winner at the end of the live stream, we'll be shipping you, thanks to our sponsor at Auto Caps, 12 blank auto caps for you to embroider or print or sublimate, whatever it is that you want to do. And speaking of sublimation, we did get the sublimation toners in for our Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printers. So if you are interested in doing sublimation with your white toner, you can order the sublimation kit, and basically it's a set of sublimation toner cartridges, and you can pop them into your machine and be able to do sublimation with your white toner transfer printer. So it kind of acts as two printers in one. We just got that in, put that on the store earlier this week, and so if you're interested in that, check it out on shop.ricoma.com as well. Okay. So we're gonna, if you want your calls to be, hold on a second. All right, so we're getting a call being transferred. If you want to have your questions answered live, feel free to call in to the number at the bottom of your screen, and then you'll be put into a queue to be transferred to get your questions answered. So we can go ahead and take the call from the caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Who is this?
Hi. This is Janelle Durham.
Hi, Janelle. How are you?
Hi. I am very good. Thank you so much, sir. How are you?
Good. Thank you for calling in. How do you have a question that I can help you answer?
I do have a question. This concerns marketing. I've never had to do any type of marketing before, so I don't have any experience with that. And I was just wondering, like, for instance, if you're wanting to specialize in things related to holidays, like right before Christmas now and then maybe Valentine's Day and that sort of thing, how do you go about setting up a marketing calendar so that you are advertising ahead of schedule? Is there, like a rule of thumb, or how do you do that?
Sure. So can you maybe first, let's take a step back and tell me a bit about kind of what you currently do. How long have you started in your business? That way it gives me some context as to kind of what apparel decoration methods are you using, or what are you looking to get into?
Okay. I got the MT 1501 delivered to me in March.
Okay.
And I at the beginning thought I would specialize in doing left chest logos and caps. But things have been very slow for me, not through any real fault. It's just that there have been some personal issues that have come up and kind of held me back from progressing as quickly as I would have liked.
Okay.
So now that things seem to have stabilized here a little bit, and I know holiday things are pretty big, I figured, well, if I could get a foot in the door there, and then from there going to working with small businesses and pitching them for left chest logos or shirts or caps or things like that.
Okay. So first off, Janelle, it's the two routes that you've mentioned are very different routes. So you probably want to pick one
Right.
to start with first. Meaning, if you're looking to target small businesses, and doing uniforms for them, that's a very different route than, say, direct to consumer, people that are ordering holiday designs, direct from your website, and then you're shipping an item or two based on the type of design that you have. So I would say if you're looking to, pick one or the other, definitely pick one to start with, so you're not spread too thin. And so it sounds like you're wanting to start off with kind of just centering around the direct to consumer and marketing around the holidays for these
Yes.
special occasions, right? Okay. So
Yes.
do you currently have a website? Do you have a social media presence to kind of for people to find you about your business?
I don't have a website at this time. Like I said, those things were kind of delayed due to some circumstances here, personal circumstances. That is something I really plan to get a jump on and want to jump on now since things have kind of settled down.
Okay. And then
And I am in the process of getting, my business registered and website, excuse me, and that sort of thing.
Okay. So the first thing that, maybe you don't need a website to start off with. You probably, at least need to have your business registered, and then registered on all of the social media accounts, definitely on Instagram, to start, make a Facebook page, and get those things started. That way you can, have a web presence, so that if you're looking to advertise for these holiday themes and special occasions, you need some sort of presence for people to be able to find you, right? And so that's the first thing that I would do. And then once you have that all set up, start posting things that you kind of are embroidering. I assume that you've already kind of been playing around with your embroidery machine for a good 7-8 months, and so
Yes.
you should be able to kind of embroider some things. There's also many different design sites that you can download, kind of themed designs that you have the right to sell, to be able to then just embroider on something and sell that, right? So they have pre-digitized designs that you're able to sell. So if you don't have the design skills, or someone that's able to design these things currently, I would start off by purchasing pre-digitized designs, and then be able to embroider them. And then as you're embroidering them, as some samples, maybe on some of the garments that you're looking to offer for these special occasions, and those designs that you're purchasing and embroidering needs to be centered around that particular holiday, right? So if it's Christmas, you gotta embroider some holiday themed designs on sweaters or on beanies or whatever it is that you're looking to do. And then as you're embroidering those samples, post them on the social media channels that I've told you to make an account in. And that kind of builds up kind of your presence on social media. At the same time, once you have a set of designs that you're looking to embroider and offer, then you can put them onto the social media channels for people to actually purchase. That's going to take some time to build up the traffic, but this is kind of you're in it for the long game, right? So it's not going to happen overnight, but if you do it consistently, you're going to build a web presence of people like looking for holiday gifts, and be able to find you for either a Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever the occasion is, in your niche. Then they'll be able to find kind of what you have to offer, and then order it from you, either message you on Instagram or something, and then eventually, if you have a website, they can contact you to be able to either text you or message you, call you to be able to kind of place their order. That will be kind of one thing I would stay consistent in doing over the long run. And then the more the slightly faster way that probably will cost a little bit more investment up front is to do this kind of holiday themed designs, but on Etsy. So you kind of take advantage of a platform that's able to drive some traffic for your store. You got to manage the listings, and you gotta take nice pictures. Again, it still requires you to embroider some samples and do all of that. So you're posting on Etsy those pictures, and then at the same time you're posting on your social media channels. So you're growing your social following, along with being able to sell on Etsy and pay for these listings that people are coming in and placing some orders. That might get you kick-started with a few orders right off the bat, versus on social media you have to build up a presence for people to get to know you. You have to wait for people to order. All of that is already built on Etsy, so you're kind of taking advantage of a platform. But then again, you have to kind of pay more upfront for that, because they are charging per listing. But that one you can be like, hey, I have all these Christmas designs. You can even have people add their name if they want to customize it, and then all of that is kind of preset on Etsy that you're able to do, and then you just kind of take the orders as they come, using the platform's traffic, provided you're taking good photos, you're writing good descriptions, and all of those things. So it's still a lot of work involved, but it takes care of the traffic aspect in the marketing, in that people are already on Etsy shopping for these things, and then they happen to find you as well if you're kind of standing out in that niche. Does that make sense? So those are the two ways that I would tell you to start off with.
All right. Well, I appreciate it so much, Henry. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for calling in.
Happy holidays.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. All right, so I hope that was helpful for those of you that were listening in. If you're kind of in that stage, just wanting to start, and kind of wanting to pick your niche, that niche is important, because you can't just be all over the place right in the beginning. It's going to take up a lot of your time just to kind of refine that niche. So definitely make sure to define what you're looking to do, and then be able to kind of start there first and then expand. Okay, so as we kind of field some more questions, and again, feel free to ask the questions down in the comment section below. As we field some of these questions, and as people ask more questions, I did want to talk about kind of things that we've learned in 2023, and then what we have in store for 2024. And I would like to hear some of your comments around those as well. Really, in 2023, as we kind of look back, it's been quite a hectic year with a lot of the new products that we have launched, right? We launched our own DTG machine. We've launched our DTF line. And then we also launched our 10S control panel on our embroidery machines. All of these things kind of require a lot of coordination and efforts internally. As we kind of look back at 2023, obviously a lot of these launches, we've learned a lot from things that worked well, things that didn't work so well, and try to make some tweaks that way heading into 2024. But I think one of the biggest probably lessons that and things that we've I guess both lessons and therefore things that will help us kind of achieve the next step moving forward are the fact that, one, we because of all the types of equipment that we have expanded into beyond just embroidery, we've also realized that a lot of people need supplies, right? Whether it's supplies of blanks, whether it's supplies of threads, backing, bobbins. On the embroidery side, you also have ink and paper. On the printing side, film, and all of these things, right? So I think blanks is one big area that we didn't really focus on or notice over the years, maybe because we didn't have that much demand and volume. until in the recent years where we get thousands of customers every single year, and then everybody that's an embroiderer will need blanks. So that's kind of one of the things we've kind of gleaned from in 2023 as we expand all of these product lines, and realize that the common denominator in all of apparel decoration is the apparel itself. So you need the apparel to decorate on. And so in 2024, one of the biggest things that we're looking to do in the first quarter of next year is to launch a website full of blanks. It's going to be called allblanks.com. So we're looking to launch that in the first quarter of next year, where we'll be gathering a lot of kind of private labeled blanks, as well as blanks from other suppliers, to be able to sell on this website. That way, we really provide a one-stop shop for our customers, not only purchasing machines but also needing blank apparel to be able to decorate on, right? Many times now we either refer you to someone else, or we say, oh well, you can just kind of Google any wholesale blank suppliers. But over the last 12 to 18 months, we've really kind of been working behind the scenes to launch this project and this offering to the public, so that we can be able to offer a wide variety of blank apparel for our customers, so that they can use them to decorate on clothes, or to decorate on those clothes. We've already kind of slightly started that with some of the mugs that we're selling on shop.ricoma.com, but that's only really scratching the surface on the printing side. So we're looking to kind of take that a step further to be able to expand that. All right, we have another call coming in. Hello.
How are you, Henry? Good afternoon. I just want to say congratulations of what you have done this year in Ricoma, and this has been something great that you started with the live show.
Thank you.
First of all, I just want to say that I'm legally blind, physically impaired, and since I met Ricoma, you guys have changed my life tremendously. As a blind embroiderer that currently, under the National Federation of the Blind, says that I currently am the only one in the whole nation that does embroidery, I could definitely say that my niche has been working with the nonprofit organization sectors. And with your brand new MP line and PC line that has a 10-inch panel, I think that is amazing for accessibility, inclusion, and diversity. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
And my question now is, where do you see Ricoma in the near future going for accessibility, and how could I help Ricoma make the transition where the disabled community could start doing more embroidery, and seeing that this is a obtainable goal for somebody to be in the apparel decorating field?
Sure. So, first off, I really admire what you've done, and congrats to you to be able to carve out a niche for yourself, and really kind of helping a lot of the nonprofits and doing embroidery that way. I think that this really hasn't been something that really came to our attention. So I'm glad that you're calling in and having this conversation now. But if I'm just thinking off the cuff here on kind of how we can reach that segment, that niche, it would really be kind of modeling after the success story of what you've been able to achieve, right? Because if you're saying that you're the only one kind of in that niche, we really need to find kind of the blueprint as to how you got to where you are, and what are some of the programs that we can start and help fund a kind of next generation of decorators that are in similar situations, and be able to take that to the next level. I think there's a lot of great ideas and things that can be executed, and the blueprint that you can provide, and it's probably going to be a great help to shorten that learning curve and that figuring out process of what it takes to get there. And then together, that vision can be executed and perhaps reach a lot more people and change the lives of a lot more people than similar to kind of how we were able to do that for you.
Well, thank you so very much. First of all, I can say that without you guys not meaning to, when you guys brought up the 10S panel, you guys definitely gave at least the visually impaired community and the disabled community the opportunity where they could say, okay, now I could really do this because it's touch. Unlike before that, you have a small little panel and stuff like that.
Right.
I would love to really maximize the potential and see where next could we go. Because I'm like, it's awesome. I think that there's so much to say about your brand, your tenants panel and how it has revolutionized the industry. And I think that you guys have a game changer right there. So again, congratulations. What I want to be is, in the next 2 to 3 years, someone that has changed the industry where not only able-bodied community, but also disabled, let's say in the next 2-3 years, have maybe 25, 30 apparel decorators, because I also do DTF, DTG, sublimation, and when the pandemic hit, I was the only blind person that did over 54,000 facial frames doing 3D printing. So
wow.
What I'm saying is that I want to really showcase the mark and trying to make an excellence of different things. So yeah, definitely. The fact that I live here in South Florida, I love going to your store, to your headquarters and stuff like that. You guys really inspire me constantly. So congratulations.
Wow, thank you so much for that. And yeah, I think it's a bold vision and a great mission to expand the reach, to the disabled community, to be able to let them see what is possible and what you've been able to achieve. If you're doing beyond just embroidery and you're also doing DTF and all of these other things, it just shows kind of what is possible. And I think it also kind of brings to our attention that in the future, probably our design of our machines will probably need to take more of that into consideration to cater to the disabled community as well, right? And so the 10S panel is probably a first step to doing that, but can act as the blueprint for kind of all of our designs for our range of products. Be a blueprint for that going forward.
Perfect. Thank you so very much, and congratulations. And if you guys could make a call-in show every month when you're doing this, that would be amazing. But again, happy holidays to you and your team, everyone that's listening, and thank you so much. And most of all, Alan Wade and so many people that have helped me to go forward. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Team. Great to hear that, and happy holidays to you and your family too. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that was a very heartwarming call, and thank you for calling in and letting us know of that. I definitely think there's opportunities to build upon our 10S platform and be the blueprint for how we design products to cater to the disabled community and be able to allow more people to get into apparel decoration. All right, we have another call coming in here. Hello. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, who is this?
Yeah, this is Tammy Lawson. I had a question about the white toner because I'm just really kind of seeing this for the first time when you were talking about it earlier today.
Okay.
Is that I have a sublimation printer already. Do you need to buy a certain printer to go with that, or does it work with any of them?
The white toner. So are you asking about do you need to buy the white toner transfer printer to use the sublimation toner cartridges?
Yeah, I'm just really confused about the whole thing. I didn't even know that there was such a thing.
Okay, well let's take a step back. What sublimation printer do you currently have, and what are you looking to achieve? So I can help you kind of answer that.
I just have I have a Canon,
Okay,
an eco tank that we converted to the be able to do the sublimation stuff on it.
I see. I
But
see.
I would like to be able to do stuff on other clothes besides white stuff.
Oh, got it. Okay, right, because sublimation only will work on light colored garments. Okay, yes. So, so to answer your question, the white toner transfer printer is kind of a two-in-one printer to be able to do white toner transfer, meaning just normal transfer onto any substrate. You can even transfer onto hard surfaces such as wood, metal, ceramic. That's why you're able to transfer even white toner transfer onto mugs. You can also do sublimation onto mugs as well with our hard surface paper. But basically, it's a white toner transfer printer, a printer that's able to print white and able to print full color. And you can transfer onto light, dark. It doesn't matter. It lays a layer of white at the bottom, so then your color designs on a dark T-shirt, on a black T-shirt, let's say, is also gonna be able to show properly. So that's what the white toner transfer printer does. Now, at the same time, we've just brought in the sublimation toner cartridges for the white toner transfer printer that we offer. Meaning, the white toner transfer printer comes with a normal set of toner cartridges, right? If you buy the sublimation toner cartridge kit, it's another 4 cartridges, but the cartridges, the toner inside is sublimation toner. So you can take out the normal regular toner and then be able to put in the sublimation toner into your printer, and then your printer is able to print sublimation. So it kind of converts your printer to a sublimation toner printer if you put in the sublimation toner cartridges. Then you can print sublimation and print them on white T-shirts. You can transfer them onto mugs. If you purchase the hard surface paper, you can the regular transfer paper you can transfer it onto light colored garments, poly garments, and so that's for the sublimation part. And you can switch back and forth between white toner transfer printing or sublimation printing. So that's what I mean by that.
If you're not doing it with the sublimation ink, the white, do you have to have poly material, or will it go on cotton?
Yeah, so if you're using sublimation, if you're using the sublimation method, using the sublimation toners that you're putting into the machine, it acts just like your sublimation ink printer. It will only, it will not have white because it's only a CMYK. And then you're going to be able to only transfer onto light surfaces, or not transfer. I should say you can only sublimate onto light garments or light surfaces like mugs and polyester coated. Okay, so poly shirts, let's say, you can sublimate onto that. When you want to print and transfer onto non-polyester and dark surfaces, then you wouldn't use the sublimation toner cartridges. You would take them out, and then you would put in the white toner transfer cartridges, the C, M, Y, and W cartridges. Those are different than the sublimation toner cartridges, and those, when you print on a different paper, on just regular transfer paper, not sublimation paper, you are then able to just transfer them onto anything. You can transfer them onto T-shirts. You can transfer them light or dark, cotton or poly or mix. It doesn't matter. Even hard surfaces, wood, ceramic, and all of that. So it's like 2 different uses in one. You can use it for sublimation. If you put in the sublimation toner cartridges, you can use it for just regular white toner transfer printing, which is more versatile in terms of the types of items you can transfer onto when you need it for that. But do keep in mind that white toner transfer versus sublimation, the feel is going to be different, right? As you know, if you have a sublimation ink printer, the sublimation, it kind of once you put it under a heat press, it it fuses with the fabric.
With the
It's kind of like
material.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's part of the fabric. With white toner transfer, you're transferring a thin layer of a design on top of the fabric. So it's not sublimation, but the it's done with the same machine, just different sets of toner cartridges that we offer.
Now, then, do the inks, like, would the inks stand up for that, like with washings and stuff, compared to like going directly on the fabric with the sublimation with that white layer under there? Do they fade quicker, or is it about the same?
So it's not going to last as long as sublimation because that's the pros of sublimation, right? But then sublimation you can't transfer onto cotton, you can't do dark surfaces, so you lose the versatility there. So again, it's like it's depends on your use case. It's not going to last as long, because it is still a transfer, and just like any transfer, it's on top of the fabric and top of
Fabric.
the shirt. So you're gonna feel some design on there. You're gonna feel it versus sublimation. You just kind of feel the shirt. So naturally, when you put it into the wash, it's not gonna last as long as sublimation. But with the right wash conditions and also some tips and tricks that you can do with your design, you can make the you can make the shirt last longer if you kind of set it up properly. One thing that I can tell you on one of those tips and tricks is that there's a process called rasterization, which is essentially putting all these little tiny dots and holes in your design. You can do that in your RIP software that's included with the printer. And so from afar, it looks like the same design, but if you look up close, it's got all these little tiny dots within the design, and that adds more kind of like that's really helpful if you have a really dense design. Like it's just like it just let's say you're just printing like a square, right? Like it's a solid square. And so when you have a solid design like that, when it's a transfer and you put it into the wash, the water is trying to force through the actual design. When you put this rasterization process onto the design, you add these little holes onto that set square. Now when you put it in the wash, it's not as harsh, so the water can actually flow through the design without kind of ripping the design apart. That helps it last longer. But your design, depending on your degree of rasterization, you can do it to certain degrees. You can have small holes, very few holes on there, or a bunch of holes on there, and it's going to make your design look a little bit different. So some people don't like that as much because it kind of alters their design a bit. But you're trading off that versus the washability and durability of the design.
All right. Hey, thank you so much.
Okay, no problem, Tammy. Thank you for calling in.
Right.
Okay, I hope that was helpful for those of you that had some questions, especially with this sublimation toner cartridges that we've just launched for the white toner transfer printer, and that and then that kind of helps you think about kind of how you can use the machine for. All right. Any other questions? Feel free to chime in below. We'll start answering some of those. All right. All right, so this is also a question that is I lost my connection here. All right, so this question here: does sublimation transfer from sheet A to sheet B easier? So this is also a common misconception about sublimation, in that with sublimation you don't have an A sheet and a B sheet. You're just printing on one sheet, and then that sheet transfers directly onto the substrate. So it's not a two-step transfer, meaning there's no A and B paper. Okay. George Lopez Designs asks, does a Southern California location have will call? Don't mind driving up from Orange County to pick stuff up. Yeah, just make sure you call beforehand on what you're picking up. But you can drive up there and pick up on site if they have the item there. Make sure you coordinate beforehand. This comment from Janelle Porter. Thanks for answering my call. Looking forward to getting on the jump start and really pushing my business forward in 2024. Thank you for calling in, Janelle, and hopefully you kind of take some of those things and put it into action, because that's what's really going to count and make a difference. This question here, I'm having trouble transferring designs to Transfer B paper. We only received Chroma Inspire software that does not help us at all. Very limited in embroidering, limited on print size on the Luminaris 200. So just to be clear, Chroma Inspire is a digitizing software. That's not a RIP software. So if you're looking to transfer designs onto transfer paper, you got to have the proper RIP software, which is Vivid RIP for the Luminaris 200. In terms of limited on print size, well, it is a kind of desktop printer for the Luminaris 200. You can opt in for the legal size paper, which is slightly larger, but any size beyond that, that's where people go to a roll-to-roll DTF printer that's able to print 12 inches or 24 inches even in size. So each machine has its capabilities, and for something that is more entry level in the white toner transfer printer, more desktop, it's definitely not comparable to kind of an industrial printer like the DTF printers that are essentially a larger version of the white toner transfer printer. Kathy from YouTube said, it would be awesome if you could have someone that could be in each state that could hold classes to teach all about these machines. So, if we have people in each state, there will not be enough people for each class to be worthwhile. So that's why you need to gather a significant volume. I'm pretty sure in the near future we'll be able to get there with all of the different products that we have. But at the same time, really nowadays, we don't need to really be in person to do a lot of things. We offer our online training every single day, multiple slots per day that people can sign up for. So if you're looking to do any of that, you can interact with the trainer live and be able to see kind of what they're doing, and be able to kind of answer your questions that way. So it doesn't necessarily need to be in each state, because people will join from out of state on our live trainings all the time. In fact, that's probably how like 90% of our trainings are done. People right now can also opt into kind of purchasing an on-site training for an optional fee. That way there's a technician that goes on site to you to be able to train you in person. With the purchase of a multi-head embroidery machine, meaning 2 heads and up, you do get that on-site training free of charge for 2 days. But for single heads, that's not included, but people can, if you don't like the online training or you don't want to just have the online training, you can have an on-site training, but it will be an additional fee. So this is, I guess, a follow-up question. You have both machines. I guess I was answering about the embroidery and the Luminaris 200. I have the embroidery machine and the Luminaire 100. I know Chroma Inspire is for my embroidery machine and Vivid is for my heat transfer. Yeah, so if you're having issues with transferring onto B paper, it's always a combination of a couple of things. The way that the pressure and temperature and how you're pressing the design, that's usually a common factor. And then how are you actually peeling the design, the technique in which you're peeling it. Is it a hot peel? Is it a cold peel? You got to follow the right instructions to make sure that your transfers are correct. So contact our service team. They'll be more than happy to kind of walk you through and see kind of what are some things you're doing and offer you suggestions of things that you can try out to be able to kind of have a successful transfer. On post-bed sewing machines, do you need a double needle or single needle to sew patches on hats? Well, it depends on kind of what kind of look you're going for, right? If you have a double needle, when you stitch when you sew the patch onto the hat, it's going to have a double seam around the edge. If you have a single needle post bed, then you'll have a single edge. So it just really depends on, both can work. It just depends on the look that you're going for. More commonly, I see the single needle on the post bed using sewing on hats. Double needle is a little bit less common, but something to keep in mind. Question from Peggy here that I want to clarify. There should not be a fee to have some training. If you don't want to have people learn to use the machine, why are you selling them? My salesman from Ricoma said I make sure I get the training class. Like I said, Peggy, every machine comes with free and is in fact free lifetime training. So you can train as many times as you would like. So there's no fee to have some training. There is a fee to have someone go to you for the training because there's flights, there's hotels, there's labor that you have to pay, and there's food and lodging that the technician would have to go through to travel to your location. And so that is an additional fee, as it is with any other company. For the purchase of a multi-head machine, because it's a larger machine and a larger purchase, we are only one of the few ones that actually offer free on-site training free of charge at your location with the purchase of a two-head machine. So and up. So the fact that we offer that is already different and above and beyond than any other company. But for your single-head machines and for any machines that you do get training without a fee. But if you don't want to have just the online training and you want someone to go to you, that will incur a fee because there's travel expenses to be involved in doing so. However, if you also want to just come down here and train on site at our location, that's absolutely free of charge also. So you're misunderstanding the point of the training and what fees are involved. So yes, your follow-up question to can I come to Miami for training? Absolutely. Come to our location for training and it's free of charge. So it's not a matter of there's a fee for training. It's a matter of how you want the training to be done. And if you want it to be customized to be at your location, then of course, with any company, there's going to be expenses and overhead that's going to have to be paid for someone to fly out to you, 3-4 hour flight, plus the travel time on the road to be able to get to you and then fly back. So it's 2 days out of the office for someone to just go on site. And if that were to be offered for free, and with all of the customers that we have, we'll be flying, every single day with not enough people to train everyone else. So that all needs to be taken into consideration. But if you want to come to Miami to get trained, or even go to our LA office to get trained, that's also free of charge because we don't have to travel to you. You're coming to us at your own time. So just make sure that you understand fully as to the nature of the fees that are involved that I mentioned. It's only for if you want someone to go to you at your location for training, and that's only for single-head machines. For multi-head machines, that training is already included for someone to go to you. And in fact, for not only 1 day, for 2 days. All right. Some people like to condense that into 1 day and just do 8, 9, 10-hour training in one day, they're more than happy to do that as well. Some, just to get it out of the way, to maximize your time. Some people actually take the 2 days. The 2 days that we give is mainly because, it's a lot of information to take in. And so we usually try to average, about 5 hours per day on the training, but it's a lot of information. So if you condense it in one day, some people are not able to capture all that information. So, but some people want to actually tell us that, like, I just want one day, but you just do the whole thing in one day. And we do that also. But two heads and up on the embroidery machines, we offer on-site training free of charge. So it's not another fee just for that training. All right, question from Firefighter Mike. Please talk about the Marquee single head machine over the MT-1501. I'm on the fence on which one. So, two major differences. The Marquee is going to be the 20 needle. So that's going to be 5 more needles than your 15 needle machine. While many people might think, well, I don't need that many needles because I don't need that many colors. Having more needles gives you more flexibility to preset different ranges of your machine needles to do, hats, to do small letters with smaller size needles, larger size needles. You can also have duplicate colors of threads on different ranges of needles so that you don't have to switch them out when one runs out. People do that all the time with white and black, which is their most common colors. So those things are the benefits of having more needles on your machine. But beyond that, the biggest difference between the Marquee and the MT-1501 is going to be the control panel and therefore the entire build within the machine as well in terms of its electronics and sensors. On the MT-1501, it's going to be on the 7S panel. And so that's a older generation of a control panel. It's a 7-inch horizontal touchscreen, but not fully responsive touchscreen, meaning it's still a touchscreen, but it's press only. But on the 10S panel, it's like a tablet. You can pinch, you can slide. It's multi-touch on the control panel. That offers you a lot of flexibility on zooming into your design. It offers you more productivity options as well in terms of being able to file and manage your a revamped file management system to be able to store and file away your different designs. You can search for your designs using the search function on the 10S control panel on the Marquee. What else? You got a bunch of new features. You have it's Wi-Fi compatible versus the 7S panel is not Wi-Fi compatible. You also have this maintenance reminder so that every time you're kind of oiling your machine, it gives you tasks to complete, and you can check it all as complete. But it reminds you every so frequently, depending on what you need to do in different frequencies. It reminds you what needs to be maintained, and you check those things off. So also there's a better color selection feature on the 10S panel on the Marquee, in that there's better color matching. What else? There's a ton of features. I mean, there's so many. Yeah, you can combine different designs on your control panel. Meaning, like, if you have one design that's just a name, another design that's a picture, you can combine the two into one. So you don't have to go to your computer to combine files. You also have this. What else? Oh yeah, this really cool feature, which is you can change the background of your hoop, all right, to mimic the fabric or the material that you're embroidering on. So your design looks more realistic on your control panel, picturing kind of what it will actually look like on the fabric. So if you have a red t-shirt that you're embroidering on, you can make the background red, and you can see how that looks. So it's more a lot of advanced features, all powered by the 10S panel, that were not possible on the previous generations, and that's why there's a big difference between the Marquee and the MT-1501. Customs asks, is the office in Rancho Cucamonga? Yes, it is. The address is on our website. All right, last question here. Our last couple of questions here. One from YouTube is the DTF 1202 PET hot or cold peel. From the top of my head, I think it is hot peel, but confirm that with your training, and they will teach you that in training. But from the top of my head, I do remember it is a hot peel. And then last but not least, from Kim Artman from YouTube, do you do trade-ins? Yes, we do. Contact your account manager, and then they'll be able to kind of give you a value on your trade-in on your machine, depending on what year you brought it in, and then kind of what condition it's in. All right, I forgot to answer some questions on the on Instagram, so I'll kind of go through a couple here. Mr. Camp Life, can I pick up the new sublimation cartridges at your Miami location? Yes, you can. Can I print out with sublimation on anything else than plain paper? Yeah, you can do that, or sublimation paper or plain paper. Both can work. What is this DTF or white toner? So it's a printing method. DTF is called direct to film. So you're printing on this film, and then you're transferring that film with the design on it onto a substrate. The white toner is a similar process, but instead of using ink, it uses toner. And the white toner printer is a little bit smaller in size, so you're not able to print as wide, but also it's like a third of the price of a DTF printer. All right, so with that said, we're gonna we're gonna wrap things up here. We're a little bit over the top of the hour, but thank you guys for all the questions, and thank you for the couple of callers that called in. Hopefully I was able to, answer your questions there. Before you go, just a couple of things for if you guys joined late and didn't catch all of the end of the year clearance sales that we have going on. So we have the end of the year clearance sale for our embroidery machines. That's going to be $155 per month for 60 months. Free shipping up to $1,500 in value, and 25% off of the digitizing software upgrade. So total savings, I think over $3,000, $4,000 in total savings. And next, we do have the we also have a sale on our MT8S machines. And just for you guys' knowledge, because we're ending 2023, we want to clear out of 2023 inventory, so that when we bring in the next containers, it's going to be labeled 2024. So that's why the 2023, even though there's no real difference in the machines, they're the same machine, but just because one has a 2024 build and then one has a 2023 build, some people want the latest and greatest and the newest thing, and some people are willing to want the discount on the previous years. So but the machine are the exact same. And so we're trying to clear out of the as much of the 2023 inventory, so that when we bring in new containers, it's all going to be 2024. Okay. All right. On the Luminaries 200, we talked a lot about the white toner transfer printer. We have two offers there: $99 per month on the Essentials package, and $120 a month on the Premium bundle. The difference between those is you get a better heat press on the Premium bundle and an extended warranty. So if you're interested in that, to check out the white toner transfer printers, go ahead and click the link that our team has pinned in the comment section. Next, we have the DTG printers, our Ricoma Vision DTG printer. We have the Ricoma Vision DTG printer. That's starting at $328 per month for 60 months with free shipping. It's also price cut around $1,500. So Going to be super helpful to kind of get started with DTG printing at the right time there as well. Also clearing out 2023 inventory. And then you have the premium bundle as well. That's a bit more expensive, but you do get a pre-treatment machine along with the DTG printer so that you can pre-treat it automatically versus using a handheld spray gun. On the DTF printers, we talked about a lot about that as well. We have the Revel 2402, the 24-inch DTF printer, as well as the Revel Duo 1202, which is a 12-inch DTF printer. Depending on what size you need and what kind of budget you have, the 24-inch is going to be printing obviously wider, and then cost more than the 12-inch. But people opt in for the 12-inch for its compact nature, and just to they don't need that big of a size to fit their needs. Last but not least, on our shop.ricoma.com, we have our sale going on there as well on heat presses, sewing machines, vinyl cutters, any embroidery add-ons and accessories, and chroma digitizing software, so that you can add on to your existing products if you're looking to take advantage of the sale there for the end of the year. Just go to shop.ricoma.com and then click the sale tab that's highlighted in white on the top navigation bar there, and then it lists all the items that are on sale. Some heat presses are like 40 to 50% off, and then vinyl cutters and heat presses and all of that is 10% off. Okay, so as we kind of start the new year and wrap up 2023, we want to have one last giveaway for those of you on this live stream to give away 12 Otto caps thanks to our sponsor over at Otto Caps to one lucky winner. So I'm just getting the announcement here of who that winner is. It's gonna be Mr. Camp Life from Instagram. So Mr. Camp Life from Instagram, thank you for joining. Make sure you comment below so that we know that you're here. My chat is a little bit buggy right now, given that the internet connection kind of like went out, so I can't really see if you're commenting, but let me know if you're there so that we can make sure that you're eligible for the prize. Yeah? He's there? Okay, good. All right, so it seems like you are there, and we will go ahead and ship that out to you. Our team will contact you in the private message to get your shipping address so that we can send out those caps to you. Thanks to our sponsor over at Otto Caps. If you haven't checked them out, they have great cap selection and good quality caps as well. We use all of their caps for our trade shows actually. So check them out at Otto Caps. All right, so thank you guys for joining. I hope that I was able to answer a lot of your questions. Hope it was helpful. More importantly, for your New Year's resolution, make sure you put a lot of these take a lot of these action and actually execute, because the ideas are really worthless until you actually act upon it. So I hope that the tips that I was able to give you and some of the ideas that we were able to kind of bounce around with, you actually take action and take the next step. I know we will, heading into 2024, on a lot of the things that we've learned in 23, as well as making sure that we launch the new products in 24. And like I said, the blanks project is also something that we want to launch so that we can kind of better offer those things to our customers. Okay? All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy holidays. I'll see you guys early next year.